Hey traders, welcome back to the FXE YouTube channel. Hope everyone is good today. Although we had really nice push down yesterday after London, EU is showing a lot of signs of strength. Let's get into the charts and try to understand where price may want to go next. If we start with the fundamentals first, we don't really have so much going on today. We do have CPI during London session, and we have core PCE during New York session. Okay, if we get to DXY next, DXY is really starting to tell us a story. So yesterday we pushed up quite a bit. Sorry, not yesterday. Yesterday was here. We were pushing up, and then after that, my bad. So we were pushing down, and then after that, we had that really nice push up after or during London session, and price came all the way up into demand, and then thereafter reacted off demand and pushed away from it. So it's really starting to melt to the downside now. You won't be able to see this on EU, but DXY has broken structure to the downside, and if you look to the left, we have a lot of imbalance and potentially a lot of room to continue to the downside before it hits the next demand level. As for EU, so on EU, so during Asia we had yesterday, we had the nice push up, and during London we had a very nice push down. You can see we tapped into demand, pushed away off of it, came back one more time for a test, and then after that pushed up quite strongly to the upside with continuation today. If we go to 15 minute, so when I first got on the charts, I was looking at the way price was pushing to the downside. It was creating lower lows, and lower lows. But then I started thinking, could be a good chance to start to look for shorts. But when I saw this push up quite aggressively to the upside, I started to look for longs at the lower demand. But I was waiting for specific confirmations because I wasn't completely sure it was going to go up at this point. So I wanted to have really clear confirmations before I entered any trades. I'll show you that trade a little later. But what we saw since then, we had that last push down, and then after that, aggressive move to the upside, breaking supply, another pullback, and then another aggressive push to the upside, tapping into supply, and now we're starting to push down a little. So let me just show you my trade really quick before we go into my thoughts on the market. Let me just go down to the 1 minute just to show you what I was looking at. So as I said, I wasn't sure if it was gonna break down from here, but when I saw this aggressive push up, I started to think if this demand holds, then I'll look for longs. So I didn't have the greatest entry, as you can see, and my stop is quite wide, but I wanted to make sure it was a really safe entry. So we had that first aggressive move up. I didn't enter at this point. We had the pullback right back into demand. Sorry, let me move this up a little. So we had that aggressive push up, pull back, right back into demand, This could have been an entry actually, but I wanted to be a little safer on my entry and just be sure that it was actually going to go up. So when we had another break of the high, I was watching price to see how low it would go, and when I didn't see it come down further into lower demand, what I just did is said screw it. I'll just put a buy stop at the top of the range, cover the lows, and then just hope that it continues up from here. And sure enough, went right through my entry, and then a huge push to the upside. We had a significant pullback, but my entry was quite safe. And then thereafter, another aggressive push to the upside. We tapped into supply. Potentially we could reverse and push down from here. But I'll keep the trade open because when I look at this, I could see price coming back into demand and then potentially pushing up higher. But let's go back to the 15 minutes. So anyways, that's my trade. I'll leave it open. It's obviously risk-free. I've already taken some profits here. My next profit is a break of yesterday's high if we get there. But I'll just leave it open. If it comes back break even, obviously it's not a loss. I've already made 1% on the trade. And if it continues to the upside, then I should get another percent on the trade, and hopefully more if it continues to the upside. So anyways, regarding my bias, so as you guys know, I've been quite bearish on EU. Supply is currently still holding, but to be honest, I'm starting to shift bullish now. So first, we had that really aggressive push down, and we weren't able to break the FOMC lows, which was quite surprising to me, and we had a very aggressive push off of it. And as I mentioned before, there was actually a really nice pullback entry right here that could have been had if you were on the charts. Unfortunately, I wasn't, but it pulled right back into demand. You could have entered right there, and then after that taken it to the upside. So we had a huge reaction as well following the last push down, and since then we've had quite a bit of continuation to the upside. So as of right now, just to confirm my shifting bias, it's just a matter of waiting to see if we can continue up to the upside, high enough to break yesterday's high. So this high right here, and see if we can break the 4-hour supply as well, and then at that point that'll confirm a shift of structure from bearish to bullish. So what to look for next? First, I want to see if this supply is going to hold or not, because if this supply does hold before London Open, potentially we could see some opportunities for shorts. But my feeling, as I said before, I feel like we're going to break the highs. I feel like we're going to have more continuation, especially when looking at DXY. Yeah, we may have a bigger pullback, but ultimately I feel like the highs, yesterday's high is going to go, and we're going to continue up and break the 4-hour supply as well. So like I said, for London, see if we can get a push to the upside for some potential shorts, but at the same time, if we get some pullbacks into some of these demand zones, then I may look at those areas for potential longing opportunities. The main thing is right now we're stuck between this supply and this demand. So really, I mean, anything can happen in this range. I mean, this is all internal structure until we either break the supply at the top or demand at the bottom. So if we break demand at the bottom, then we have continuation for bearish structure. But if we break the highs, then we have a reversal and start to turn bullish again. So anyways, those are my thoughts on the market for today. And I just remember today is Friday, and thinking that it is Friday, I mean, potentially there is a chance that we may have another melt to the downside. I mean, a lot of times on Friday we see price come down instead of up. But anyway, so let's just see what London brings us, and then base our trade ideas on what London is showing us. So anyways, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts about price action today by leaving a comment below. And if you found value in this video, please be sure to click the like button and subscribe to ensure you don't miss any future videos. And take care, everyone, and good luck trading today. Peace. Hey, you made it to the very end. Thanks for that. If you could do me one more favor and click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, it'll allow the YouTube algos to kick in and help this channel grow. Thanks again. Cheers.